So, yes, hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the topic plant kingdom. Plant kingdom is all about plants. So, I'm sure you know about five kingdom classification of R.H. Whitaker, right? R.H. Whitaker has given five kingdom classification, which are them Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. So, yes, as he has given the five kingdom classification, today we have to learn more about kingdom Plantae, how these plants are, what kind of classification they are having. So, yes, let's go back to time and see the history how this classification starts. So, the first method of classification was artificial method. Artificial system of classification, we can say. So, why this classification was called artificial? What problem was with that? So let's see, it was first given by, first point, given by Carl Linnaeus. I think so you have heard about the scientist. So he has given, Carl Linnaeus has given this classification. Second thing, why it is called artificial? So it was based on morphological characteristics. Totally based on morpho characters. So they were classifying according what are these morphological characteristics we can say position of leaf plant flower how many leaves are there number of leaves everything this all are morphological characteristics by seeing the outside of the plant. Second, the thing was vegetative characters also he classified according to vegetative characters and position of androecium. So, not all of the plants having androecium. How can we classify them? So, vegetative characters and position of androecium. Again, the next thing was there in this classification was vegetative characteristics and sexual characters. Are given same weightage. Now, it is as everyone know now in today's world as we classify, we know that these vegetative characteristics are not equal to sexual characteristics. We have to focus more on sexual characteristics. So, yes, are given same weightage. So, these all points as we seen this classification system, these all points are their disadvantages. We can't judge by only morphological characters. So, yes, that's why this one was rejected. Now, let's see the next one. Next one. Yes. Next one was natural system. Now, what is natural system of classification? How we classify them? in this system, first of all, it is given by George Bentham and Hooker. Okay. So why we call this as natural selection? In this, there were everything included. Many of the things. Like they studied anatomy, classified according to anatomy. Again, morphological characters. Again, anatomical, morphological, phytochemistry, and embryology. So all of these things were included in this natural selection. So what was problem with this classification? One thing is missing. As we know, this is surely a perfect classification, but the next thing is we don't know the evolutionary relationship. It's sure nowadays we usually work on evolutionary relationship of plants. So let's see. Next classification, the final classification that we do in today's time, today's period, is phytogenetic system. Phytogenetic system. So phyto means they study about embryological evidence. We also study about embryological evidence. So here we can say phytogenetic evidence. What are the old evidence of, we can say, the plant, how they are related to each other. So same plants of same evolutionary history, we study evolutionary history and how they are related with each other. So same evolutionary history, the same evolutionary uh, having plants are classified into same one taxa. Okay, they are classified into a similar taxa. These all things are included in this. So like evolutionary history again, anatomy, morphology, phytochemistry. Mm, same things here. Anatomy, morphology, phytochemistry, and embryology. Moving to the next slide. Now, as we know the classification now, how we did the classification, what if we don't have embryological evidence? So, if we don't have any evolutionary evidence, if We don't have evolutionary. What should we do now? So now there are different type of taxonomic study we do for this. Okay. If we don't, this situation we can say. So first is numerical taxonomy. First one is numerical taxonomy. So here in this, we can say if we don't have fossil records. So what with the help of computer device, we give them codes and name. Each characters has given a code, number code, we can say based on that observable characters. Okay. So yes, each characters, each character has given a name, a number. Okay. And this, or we can say code. And this thing is stored in computer. Store in computer. So it's easily accessible. We can easily find out what kind of relation equal importance to all characters. We are giving this equal importance or to all characters. And one more thing, 100 of characters you can study at one place, like giving the codes to them. So it's easily accessible. Second is cytotaxonomy. So by this word, I think so something you get cyto. Cyto means, yes, right, cytocellular level, cytoplasm. We are right, right. Chromosome. We are studying number of chromosomes. Again, they're how their cell is, cell structure, chromosome, everything. So we study a chromosome number. Again, cell structure, everything. Cytotaxonomy is for that. Now, next is chemotaxonomy. Third part is chemotaxonomy. So, what is there in this chemotaxonomy? So, here we study DNA. Here we study about chemical composition of the plant. We classify them according to chemical composition. Means it is a DNA level. So from this all, which is more, we can say acceptable. So the most acceptable on all of these, if we see all of them, most acceptable or most convenient, mostly we can say used, applicable is chemotaxonomy. Why? Do you have answer? Yeah, we are going very deep. directly to the DNA. Why? Because if I question why, so because in this we study DNA. We study DNA here. So classify according to the DNA level. So DNA, can give a lot of information. That's why mostly uses chemotaxonomy. After seeing all of these classification, now what kind of classification we are doing? So let's see now. Again, let's write plant kingdom. So yes, for starting, it is classified into two groups. Let's classify them. I'm writing a type, okay? So this is not a type, it's a character. So if we classify according to characters, there are two types. Crypto game and Fanero games. Now, what are these? What are these characters? Let's see. Crypto. Have you ever heard this word crypto? Cryptocurrency, which is hidden. Yes, which is not exposed. Very hidden thing. So, yes, in this, seeds are hidden. Now, reproductive, we can say organ, reproductive organ in plants are seed. Yeah. So, in simple language, seeds are hidden here. Crypto, you can remember by the word crypto. So, yes, reproductive, here is a point. Reproductive organ is hidden. Or we can say reproductive structure. For your convenience, I'm using the word organ. Okay. Next one is Fanero games expose reproductive organ. Reproductive seeds are seen here. We can see seeds, reproductive organs here. Okay, exposed, shown. Now, here I wanted to write a note, not to get confused. So, reproductive organ means seeds. Okay, just remember this thing. Now, in this crypto games, there are three types. So, what are these three kinds in this crypto game? So, first is algae, bryophytas, and pteridophyta. In this, gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Okay. Now again, what is gymnosperm and angiosperm? These are non-flower non-flower bearing. These are flower bearing. So as we see this classification, we are going from very basic to very higher level of plants. Okay. So first, algae. I wanted to explain every kingdom we can sorry, my bad. Every we can say type one by one. Okay, every. So first is algae. Okay, every division we call it. So algae are basically plants which are thalloid. Thalloid? What means thalloid? Have you ever seen a greenish part like on slot or some of the greasy watery area over the water? So yes, it's algae. It's totally marine. So marine. So whatever the basic plants, they are in marine and they are coming out of water slowly. So they are developing. They need lot of water for themselves because they are not that truly developed. So first algae, then bryophyta. Now what are bryophyta? For fun fact, I wanted to tell you that bryophytas are called amphibians of plants. Why that? So in previous stage, they used to live in water and they can like survive in the previous stage. They survive in water. They need lot of water and then they not need that much water. So yes, that's why they are called connecting link between marine and terrestrial. So that's why bryophytas are amphibian, like in animal kingdom, we can say. They are called amphibians. Now, pteridophytas. Pteridophytas are vascular plants. Now, vascular, the concept I will explain you in next slide. Okay, so these are vascular. So first vascular, we can say plant having vascular bundle. So algae, bryophyta and pteridophyta. Pteridophytas are usually accessory plants. They are usually used for household plants, we keep in the house for decoration and all. So these are pteridophytas usually. Now, what are gymnosperm and angiosperm? Angiosperm and gymnosperm, you have seen palm trees and other trees which don't having any not having any flowers. So these kind are called gymnosperm. Again, which cover their seeds totally. Okay, which are having flowers to cover their seeds. Inside, the seed is inside. So they are angiosperm. Now I wanted to write one more thing, one more classification here. That is, in angiosperm, there are again two types, monocots and dicots. Monocots and dicots. So we will see it further in further classes. So yes, monocots means you have same rice. Wait, you can't make two species of that, right? You can't break them into two. They are only single. So yes, all together. But many of pulses you might have seen, which you can change into, we can like divide them into two. So these are dicots. So monocotyledon, dicotyledon, we call them. Okay, let's start. What first I wanted to tell you vascular bundle. So vascular bundle means having xylem and phloem. They are not having water resources, right? So that's why xylem and phloem. Let's see algae. Now, starting with algae. might just seem very greasy type things on over the water, sometimes on some animals, lazy animals. So these are algae. How they are, where they are found. Let's see. They are very primitive, very basic one. Starting animals, my bad, starting of plant kingdom. So how they are having a structure? So basically, they are thalloid in shape. What is thalloid in shape? Thalloid means like this body, straight, somewhat like this thallus structure. Okay, so they are thalloid. Again, they are marine, and freshwater. So they are aquatic. Major thing. Aquatic, both marine and freshwater. Next, yeah. Next we can say they are thallus, having thallus structure, thalloid. Okay. Next, there are three type of algas. They are also, we can say, association. They are non-vascular cryptogames. Let's write this topic. Cryptogames, non-vascular. As I told you, vascular system. Here I wanted to write vascular. What are vascular plants? Means having xylem and phloem. So these carry water in plant, xylem carry and phloem carry food all over the plant body. They just carrying the things. So they are not having any kind of vascular system. Okay. So now where did we find this algae? They are also in association. They are also in association. We can find them in association. What is association? Helping. Helping. Now, symbiotic association, we called it again. Like they grow with different kind of different kingdoms, organisms, and give and take, we can say. Like lichens, they grow with lichens for symbiotic association, or we can say in the way of lichens, or they can show association with sloth bear. They grow on the body of sloth bear. So they shows association is shown in them. So yes, they are different kind of, they can live in colony or single. Okay. Colonial are there volvox, we can say example. Let's see if you like the example. As we go further, we can find more example. For I'm giving you your only one or two example. Volvox, Spirogyra, Ulothrix, Kelps. Now, one more fact I want to tell you that these are very microscopic. They can be really very microscopic, so they can be huge, very huge plant also. Okay, like they are very small also, they can be very small or very big. I think so in the movies or something you have seen structures like this, right? In sea sometimes. So some structures are like that. Yeah. So they are very big structure, and we can also say that's why algae are from very minute level to very big in size. They can also live in colony or singular. They can be filamentous. Filamentous means if you see Spirogyra, it is somewhat like this. It shows filaments. Okay. So they can be filamentous like this. So these are all about algae.